great song. It's one of those, you just can't record things like this anymore because of all the technology and things, right? So I was watching Casino with Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci, and Sharon Stone walks into the casino, and this song is playing. I was like, man, that's such a great guitar tone, and just great minor pentatonic playing, right? So I probably jacked it up a little. I was so focused on kicking on and off this drum machine with my big toe. So anyway, it's just 3 chords for the most part, right? So it's just C, F, and G, right? But it's trying to get his feel and everything. That's, the tricky part and the fun part. So we start out with this intro, all right? We're just going to be here in C major pentatonic. And he's doing all downstrokes, right? That's how you really get that attack, right? Because it doesn't sound right if you alternate pick it. It sounds kind of weak. So all downstrokes, we go 5 on G, 7 to 5 on D, back to D on 7, and that kind of turns it around, right? And then we go back to 5 on G, back to 7 on D, back to 5, right? So that's the phrase. Alright, and then from here, since you're landing on D, go ahead and form like a A major chord right here. The 7, 6, 5, 5, but don't play it. Just after you get here and go, you can just, because we're going to slide this shape in to this F major, right? We're going to slide into 15 on D, 14 on G, 13 on B and E. So one way you can kind of remember how to feel and slide into it is you're landing on the D, right? And you can just form your chord and slide into it. Alright, so it just takes a little practice just to be accurate with it, right? And once you get there, you slide in, and it's kind of like a triplet, or like a 16th note, right? Probably a 16th note. And then he goes up 2 frets to G, 17, 16, 15, 15. And this one's just 2 hits, right? The second hit you're going to slide off. I find it easier to slide off and just let off the D and G string and just slide off the B and E, right? So you have a... right? Oh, by the way, I don't have any overdrive on. I'm not using any pedals. I'm using my pickups to get all the tone, the overdrive tone. I'm pretty sure that's what he's doing, because I watched a 1957 live show and he's playing a Les Paul. So I just have it in the bridge pickup with the tone and volume all the way to 10, right? So that's that. And then, so after you do that, you get into that little lick he does, right? And you can, he gets into this a few different ways during the song, but you can slide into 8 on high E. And when you get there, kind of shake it each time. And just, we're going to hit it 3 times. So sliding into it is 1, and then hit it twice with vibrato. And then we're going to go to 11 on E. And then we're going to bend up 13. And then bring it down, pick it. And then pick 11 on E. And then get 13 on B to 11 on B, right? So you have... Alright, and then you get into the verse. Now when he's playing the C right here, 3, 5, 5, 5, and then F to G here. Your F would be bar all of 1, 3, 3, 2. Take the same shape up 2 frets to your G major. I think it sounds better if you play the C right here. It's more work, but it sounds better, I think, to go. Instead of this. I just think think it sounds better, right? You could play your F and G up here on 8, 10, 10, and 10, 12, 12. But the timbre of those chords just doesn't quite match the song, right? I just think it's... Alright, so that's the verse chords. And then it just does that over and over. And then every time they end, they kind of end with that little solo. Alright, and then and there's times where he slides into C on the B string on 13. He'll go so that's another way he gets into it, sliding up to 13 on B and then going to 8 on E. Alright, and then there's a little solo in the middle, and I just tabbed this out before. I just learned this song like 10 minutes ago, so I just tabbed it out. It's kind of an afterthought. I haven't really played through it, but I know the notes are right, so I might phrase it wrong, but we'll see what we can come up with here. So it's like, let's see. Well, that was terrible. So it's just like a... Alright, so as awful as that was, the notes are right. I just hadn't played it at all. I just figured I'd go ahead and throw it up. These are the hardest kind of solos for me to learn, at least, because there's nothing signature about them, right? There's nothing that's very memorable. You know, it would have been easier if he did something I could like chew on, right? We can come up with something cool if you want, you know, do like let's see here. We can go you know, just noodle around all that minor, major stuff, right? So anyway, getting off topic here. So the first part, he's going to hit 8. It's the phrasing of it that's so difficult because it's kind of a dinky solo, right? You know, even though I can't play it correctly, it's kind of dinky. You hit 8 on E, and then you slide into 8 the second time. And then you're going to hit 8 like 5 times in a row. And that's where the phrasing is kind of key to get you into the next lick, right? So you have a... Alright, so this first part, 8, then slide in 6 to 8, and then hit 8 on E like 5 times. And then you're going to go E to B on 8, and then hit B on 8 again, and then bend up on 11. And then you're going to go 8, 11, 8, E, B, E, E, B, B, right? And after you go 8, 11, 8, you bend up G on 10, and then you pull off 10 to 8, and then you get 10 on D. Okay, so that first little part. Okay, and then from there we're going to go 8 to 10 on D, and then you hit 8 to 10 on G, and then you bend up 10 when you get to G, and then you do that 8 to B and E thing. Alright, and after that, alright, so we'll finish it with doing this kind of, he bends down 8 and hits 10 on D twice. I think he might do it once the first time, but it sounds good doing it twice. Alright, now if you do that twice, hit 8 on G, bend up 10 on G after that, and then you go back into this, that whole thing, right? B to E on 8. Okay. And then you go 10 to 8 on G and land 10 on D. And that leads you back into the... Right? So that whole little thing, you have a... So I know the notes I have are right. I know I'm phrasing it wrong. I just, I didn't spend enough time just listening to it, playing along. I just figured out the notes and said, let's go. So all right, and then one other thing that's different. Oh yeah, we have this cool part. One of the coolest parts of the song, right? He sweeps it into the C major and F major triad, right? So you're gonna have 10, 9, 8, D, G, and B. I have other videos that teach you how to do all this stuff, right? So you have 10, 9, 8. Just sweep down into all three. And I like to go 10, 9, 8. I like to start on a downstroke, but however you want to do it, right? And then you'll go up to 15, 14, 13, outline the F major, and then go 15, 14, 13 on the E, right? Okay, and then the last time before the song ends, it's like 20 seconds before the song ends, he ends it differently, right? Instead of going, he'll end it and he'll go, alright, so you have slide in 6 to 8, hit 8 twice, then 8 on B, and then after that you're going to bend up 10 on G, and then B to E on 8, and then bend up 10 on G, pull off to 8, and then get 10, 8, 10 on D. Alright. Alright. And that's everything in the song, right? So it's a fun song. Like I said, I'm not using any pedals or anything. It's a cool song to work on your tone with, and you can improvise all sorts of solo stuff with the major and minor pentatonic. So anyway, just have fun, practice slow.